It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined by Joe Lyons. He is the mayor of Claremont, also the vice president of what's known as the Six Basins Water Master, an adjudicated basin in the San Gabriel Valley. I know you've been following what's happening in Sacramento. We will have a water bond on the ballot, $7.5 billion. What do you think, sir?
Well, it's very good for us in that there's a significant amount put to groundwater issues that we rely upon heavily here, and with other issues that have evolved relative to stormwater capture and recapture, we certainly hope to take advantage of the monies.
Let's talk about groundwater, because it is a significant issue both in the San Gabriel Valley and the San Fernando Valley. Yes. We know the San Fernando Valley has some contamination. That's another conversation. But at the same time that we're looking at the water bond, we also may see groundwater regulation. Yes. Which would be quite a change. California is one of few, if only one state, that does not regulate groundwater. Yes. How would that impact, for example, the Six Basins area or other basins for that matter?
Well, the bill that was at least being considered on Monday of this week did include some implications, as you mentioned. The adjudicated basins were going to be pretty much left on their own because they are already operating under management schemes that would be modeled in those areas that have none at the present time.
So we go back to the bond, and there's no doubt that California voters have been fairly generous in the past as it relates to bond measures. Prop 30 passed, a sales tax increase. Is your sense, and I ask you because you live in kind of a purple area, is your sense that the voters of purple areas, which are so important for bond passage, will they be willing to look at this bond and vote yes?
I think so, and again, the polling shows that, again, having the governor's signature on any bill of this type actually improves its chances significantly statewide by about 10%. And that's in areas, regardless of whether you're north-south, and the north-south divide is the big issue that I think will decide this.
And it was interesting, I was looking on Twitter while this was all happening, and a lot of members were tweeting bipartisan coalitions, because you said it, it's really not so much Democrat-Republican, but north-south, and so there was a Central Valley coalition getting together, Democrats and Republicans. In the end, though, the Republicans did push pretty hard, and also folks in the Central Valley for more storage. Above ground reservoirs. About $2.7 billion in the bond. What's your sense of that?
Well, I think given the amount of water that they have underneath them, that again, they're overdrafting right now because of the drought and the loss of California water from Northern California, they will, I think, benefit from this significantly because it's an untapped resource that they will be able to bring to the surface and store in a way that they haven't before.
Right. And how will this impact Southern California, which interestingly has done better during this drought than in past droughts? Our storage capacity has been quite strong. I mean, Castaic is almost at 100% capacity, whereas in some basins up north, they're at 20% capacity.
And again, that was good management by the Metropolitan Water District. So they did a good job of projecting. So I wish they had been a little bit more conservative, though, in initiating savings, because that would extend the availability. But what it will do in Southern California will allow us to improve capture and recharge abilities. And with the storm drain water issues that we are going to be facing, it will incentivize us to perhaps capture that.
That's a separate issue, actually.
And that's a separate issue. But it's for recharge purposes that we could put that water to good use.
So the bond is coming. We'll see if it passes, but what about today?
Today,
we face challenges today.
We do, and I think we're sitting on a hopeful projection of rain.
La Nina, El Nino.
And that was changed, and it's an ever-changing thing. Today, we're fine in the basin.
We'll see what happens. His name is Joe Lyons. He is the mayor of Claremont, vice president of Six Basins. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's Time Warner Cable's local edition.